which is sad, but it was not happening this morning. No, no. I've been extra tired and but also just like wild, like the dreams have been really wild. And of course, channeling last night, I think probably exhausted me a little bit, but who knows? Who knows? I opened my eyes around 9:30 and I was like, no, this lady's gonna need a little more rest today. It's also raining insane here. We have is it Debbie or Derby? We have like the remnants of that um hurricane stuff coming through here now, and it's flooding and lots of rain and just you know how it is. So good to catch you too. Hi, Susan. But don't worry, I wasn't going to let you roll into the weekend without some coffee and magic. Good afternoon, Sarah. All right. I was considering just like holding off on coffee and magic until this evening and maybe bringing some snakes out, but I decided not to. Hi, Suzette. Hello, Alloy. Good morning or good afternoon. Hi, Caress. Hi, Gina. There we go. Good morning, Melissa. All right. I've got some people coming in. The handsome church drummer. Read my comment. Done, done. So it's a different time for me. So I have some people on here I haven't seen before. If you're new to Coffee and Magic, welcome. What I do is kind of like a semi-collective reading. So there's going to be 3 different pulls from this deck. And to get the one for you, I'm going to give you 3 things. You choose the one that feels most aligned with your vibe right now. And then that will correspond to your reading. How's everybody feeling in this Lionsgate energy? How's it hitting for you? I haven't really gone back and processed through the channeling last night, but I'm very tired. The dreams are wild as per usual, but tired in a way that it's a different kind of tired. Like it doesn't feel bad necessarily, but I just need to sleep more. It's like I need more hours of sleeping. So strange. Do you feel so much better? Well, that's good. All right. What are the 3 things what are the 3 things for you today? I'm kind of feeling creatures this morning. This afternoon, whatever. Today, I'm feeling creatures. So here are your creatures. This is really random, but dragon, phoenix, and sphinx. Dragon, phoenix, and sphinx. Sphinx. I'm going to write it here so I don't forget. Dragon, phoenix, sphinx. Hi, Rosa. Dragon, phoenix, and sphinx. So, what creature are you feeling at this moment. Dragon, Phoenix, and Sphinx. As a reminder, if you want your own private Coffee and Magic pulls sent to your inbox every week, I usually pull them either on Sunday or Monday. You can do that by going to my website, sarahmala.com, and signing up. It's about $5.50 per card pull, and it's kind of a good way to just stay on track of your own energy, if that is of interest to you. Again, Dragon, Phoenix, and Sphinx. I'm actually sitting here and looking at my dragon necklace. Look at this. I had to take it off the other day because I had a snake on me, but look at that. Kind of goes like this, around, and then hooks in. Here we go. There we go. I'll keep that on there. I'm choosing dragon today. Dragon, Phoenix, and Sphinx. So choose whichever one feels most aligned with you this morning. I'm shuffling right now for dragon. Tell me when you're ready for dragon. Ready? Ready? Ready. Okay, here's your dragon. You have novice. Hi. You have restriction. And you have truth. This is your dragon. Again, your choices today are dragon, phoenix, and sphinx. Okay, so novice, restriction, and truth. Novice is correlating to this new way that you are interacting with your world and a lot of new things you've started, right? Some of you starting a new job, new relationship, maybe living in a new space. Like there's a lot of new things beginning, but it's really not connected so much to those new like external things that you're doing as much as the new internal way of making decisions and processing. It's like a whole new thing that is unstable curiosity, right? It's like you don't have the muscle memory for it yet, so it just feels a little awkward. Right now, because you're in that space, and I think this is very similar to Monday's message, honestly. A lot of messages like this Monday. Because it's new, uh, you're starting to feel a bit blocked, right? Like just like tight and restricted and almost like, oh, is this right? Like, I don't know if I've made the right decision. Like, what do I do? How do I go back? And there is no back. And that's also a little frustrating, but it's one of those things where once you go past a certain point and you've seen too much, you'll never be able to not to know and not see. So you can't even enjoy your ignorance anymore, right? So you kind of screw the pooch on that one. You're not going to be able to go back and live like you lived before. The only way forward is forward at this point. So that feeling of stuckness, the restriction, is actually just the normal like chafing of realizing that you do have to commit to your growth now. That's all. It's like that feeling of like, you mean I can't go back? I have no backsies? Like, correct. You do not. So that's why you're feeling a bit blocked right now. And as per usual lately, the cards are offering us a little bit of insight on like what to do about it. And that would be this one right here. All you have to do, so simple, is really tap into what is true for you now. That'll start unblocking things for you. What is true for you now? Not what was true for you 6 months ago, what was true for you 15 years ago. What is true for you now? How can you show up in your most authentic self and energy and just be in that space? Because this goes together. These two things go together. The restriction is just old programming and like I said, that that feeling of realizing like you won't be able to go back and put those glasses on and see through those lenses anymore because now truth is most important to you. Okay? So, that is your dragon. Super fun. Did that hit for my dragon friends? Mhm. Again, your choices are dragon, phoenix, and sphinx. Sphinx. Shuffling. Hi, Kit. Okay. Dragon, phoenix, and sphinx. I have phoenix in front of me. Tell me when you're ready for it. Ooh! Something just like went down my back. I didn't like that. Could you tell? Okay, I don't see anything, but anyhow, here's your phoenix. Horse, love, and frog. Okay, this is for my phoenix friends. Sorry to jump scare you. I jump scared myself. Woo, okay. Excuse me. All right. So, horse, love, and frog. This is your phoenix pull. So, we've been talking a lot about fear-based reality versus love-based reality. Last night in the channeling, it was the biggest theme. One of the biggest themes in there was this idea of love-based, fear-based. This is an act. This The phoenix pull is interesting because it's an action pull today. It is a task for you to do. It is if you want, if it feels aligned with you at this time, this is a task for you. It's clearing out your living space and going through your living space this weekend or soon and finding items, things that connect you to fear-based reality. And I don't know that I've ever thought of this as an activity, so I don't even really know what an example would be. Do you? If you think about it, like what items in your house connect you to fear-based reality? Um, so you're being asked to kind of go identify those things and where possible and feasible and sensible, start clearing them out or put them somewhere else. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? And for example, Kit is saying old wedding ring, and I'm like, I have one of those too. Um, I don't see mine. I'm sure you don't either, right? Like, I don't see mine every day. But what we're talking about is items in your home that are connecting you to fear based energy. One thing I can think of right now is I tend to shove all of like my paper bills and stuff into a drawer. Um, and it's very cluttered and messy, but I just feel like I have to keep them there for some reason. I could see how that is an energy that's not contributing to a lovely vibe in my home. Um, so what I'm also feeling with this too is there is a ritual or ceremony that you can do to kind of change the energy for things. For example, with the wedding ring, I'm not getting rid of mine right now because it's just not the time to. But if I am cognizant of that energy, maybe I can put that ring in a place where it's kind of like I'm setting an energy like what do you call it? Almost like a dome just to cover that energy up so it's not like moving energy out, just transmuting, giving energy new assignments, that kind of thing. Removing fear-based clutter is what I'm really feeling on this one. But also items that just make you feel. Here's one that's coming to me right now. Is this somebody's specific one? If it is, you tell me because it's so specific. I'm seeing a KitchenAid mixer. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like the heavy one, the one that everybody put on their bridal registry, like the heavy KitchenAid mixer that costs like $300, and like we're all like, we need this in our house. I'm seeing that on a counter, and that it has never been used, but that it is very prominent, taking up a lot of space on that counter because it was expensive and it's like kind of a status symbol in a way. But every time you look at it, you're reminded of how you're not good enough, how you are not good enough to make your own muffins. And you have this thing sitting here like, one day I'm going to make fresh pasta and like all this different stuff. And you just haven't done it, but it's taking up so much space on your countertop, constantly bringing you down and reminding you of things. Do you know what I mean? It's those types of items. Get them out. Send them on to their next journey so that you can create space for things that you actually want and that actually contribute to your energy. Okay? So that is your Phoenix. Listen, I have one too. And it is in the garage because it is I don't have counter space in this current house. Um, but I won't be getting rid of it because every once in a while I just feel like I need that puppy to power mix some random thing I'm doing, and it just does a good job. But you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Okay. So that is Phoenix. The last one is going to be Sphinx. Sphinx. The choices are dragon, phoenix, and sphinx. Exact. Thank you. Mashed potatoes. I make a butternut squash lasagna like once a year, and it does a great job of like taking the roasted butternut squash with the fucking mascarpone cheese, and like it mixes it perfectly. Could I do that by hand? Obviously, obviously I could, but whatever. All right, Sphinx. Again, if you are feeling like, oh, I was probably dragging, but I missed it, that's okay. This is available to you on YouTube or on Instagram. You can always rewatch it. So, no problem. No problem at all. All right, here we go. Oh, oh, it's a 4 card pull. Tell me when you're ready. My kids are back and they've been gone for like a week. And it's been very quiet. And now I'm like, oh, there's noise happening. I missed them though, so I don't mind. Okay, here's your Sphinx. Love, frog, partnership, Communication. Okay, let's get to it because this is a lot of things here. Let's organize them. We're gonna put this over here, this over here. Okay, so playing off of the previous poll, we have frog again and we have love. So now the previous poll was like, hey, go through your living space and like everything that's connecting you to fear based, let's clear it out or identify it and like shift the energy, right? With this one, it's asking you to look into in your space and identify things that are connected to love-based reality and amplify those things. Put those things to the forefront. Make those your statement pieces. Okay. So it kind of continues with that conversation, but now in a different way. Now you also have partnership and communication. We're in such an interesting moment right now where if um, you are not being honest about who you are, you're going to find yourself in a real energetic sinkhole for the foreseeable future. There isn't going to be the ability to mask up and pretend like we've been doing. Okay, the um, the honesty needs to be present at this time, and it's also going. That's going to really tie into amplifying those things in your life that are rooted in that love based energy as opposed to fear based energy. The connections and partnerships that you make right now that are based in love reality in that frequency are going to be so nurturing and so wonderful for you to explore and heal through. Is something to understand is that relationships rooted in love-based energy versus fear-based aren't perfect. Doesn't mean they're perfect without conflict, without issue. That's not what it means at all. What it means is that within the container of that relationship, if it's rooted in the love based energy, when a conflict arises, you can talk it out. You feel safe to be who you are within the confines of that relationship. You feel that you're going to be heard, that you can have full expression. You are working together as a team, right? So nobody needs to be perfect and totally healed and like any, no, right? No, no, no. But we're all being very aware of who we are as people. We're very aware of the fact that when we say something to somebody, that makes an effect and there's consequences. Like everybody is being a grown up and being responsible for their energy. And within the context of relationships, when you're doing that, I don't want to say it's easy all the time, but it kind of is in a way because even when you have conflict, it's a little bit enjoyable to know that you'll be able to work it out. It's going to be okay. You're going to come out with a better understanding of who you two are as individuals. So it's taking this the concept of your living space further and moving it into your relationships. Okay, so if you picked both Phoenix and Sphinx, right? That means we're looking at your home space and we're looking at your relationships and making sure that you're spending the bulk of your energy and that you see the most of those things and those people who are rooted in your love based reality. And then those that are rooted in fear based reality just need to be neutralized a little bit, which is where your boundaries come in, right? If somebody in your life is a fear-based connection, it isn't somebody that you necessarily can just, you know, axe out because maybe it's a sibling or a parent that you don't want to go no contact with or an employee or like who knows what it is, right? There you just put boundaries. And the boundary means that this person doesn't get to interact with your most intimate energy. And you can just accept that they are where they are and you leave them there, right? You don't need to change them. You don't need them to see you differently. They stay like as in a museum. Just let them stay there. And you go and you interact, you do your thing through the glass, which is your boundaries, and then you go home. And then you have the people who are actually in your circle in that frequency, and those are the ones you open up with. Those are the ones you connect with, right? At this point, I think it just really needs saying. You may not change anybody, and who are you going to change the very least? Any older people in your life. It's not happening. Unless there's an internal motivation that's happened, we need to leave our mothers alone. We need to leave our fathers alone, our aunts, our uncles, and all those things. Let them flippin' be. Your energy will be better used on something else. It's just, it's not the thing. And you may have noticed, or not, I don't know, there is a very strong preoccupation with argument, right? I'm right, you're wrong. Let's argue about it. I'm for this person. I'm for that person. Rah, rah. And it's like, hey guys, like maybe step yourself out of that entirely because think about what you're doing. When you add your energy to an argument, you better be damn sure that that is where you want your energy to be. Really, because it's going to affect you. It's going to affect you deeply. You have a better chance of changing one of these people by leaving them be, by not trying to show them anything. Okay? If they are meant at this point in time to open up into new ways of thinking, it will not be through the 400th argument you have with them. I promise. Because the argument itself is this strange point of connection and ritual and even like conversation, right? It's an energy exchange that's become comfortable, terrorizing for you, but that's how you've been kind of feeding through that cycle. So the only way to stop that is to stop it. Also important to know, so many people are wired to receive their energy through negative interaction. Okay. So many of us are currently or have been involved in relationships with people, romantic or otherwise, that have been clearly shown to be narcissistic in nature. And when anything is narcissistic in nature, there's actually a very clear playbook that you can go find to identify those things. The thing that is most mind blowing when you look at narcissism as a whole or as a personality disorder, it's not original and it's not interesting. It's just very effective. Okay. So the only way is to not engage, is to take that energy, bring it here, use that energy with people who actually want to be reciprocating with you and not just like sucking you dry. Okay. So it was a four-carder, so that's why it's so much, right? But especially with the political climate right now, I think it is making a lot of sense. I know a lot of us have family that we're not simpatico with belief systems, and that can be really, really difficult right now. It's very, very difficult right now, and I'm sure it's difficult to hear like there's nothing you can do. But I think it's difficult to hear it if you know that, right? Because if I were to say, well, there's nothing you can do, but you don't believe that, it wouldn't matter that I said it. But if you deep down inside do understand that there's nothing you can do and I'm saying it, that's why it feels like a right, because it's just an echo of something you already know. It's an affirmation of something you know. So, right? Ugh. Okay. Well, my friends, I hope you have a good weekend. Um, it's a birthday weekend for a lot of my favorite Leos. So happy birthday to Claudia, to Jean. Um, and I hope that you are able to do some purging this weekend and some observation of your life and really reconnect or connect more deeply with the things in your life that are love based, right? I hope you can do that. I'm going to do my best to do that this weekend as well. I will see you back here on Monday, 9 a.m., unless I can't wake up, but I should. It's a Monday. Um, But I'll see you then. And for my normalized magic friends, I will see you Wednesday. We're going to be starting officially a non-channeling workshop day. So our official first will be Wednesday at 7:30. Can't wait to connect with you there. And for my Coffee Magic members, I will be getting your readings out to you hopefully Sunday by Sunday evening. Okay. Love you guys. Mwah. Thank you for being here.